So, what if I told you there's a kind of secret language for talking to AI? And no, it's not code, it's not magic, it's just a better way to communicate that anyone can master. By the time we're done here, you are going to have the keys to turn those vague ideas of yours into incredibly precise, powerful results. So, if you're ready to get exactly what you want from your AI, let's dive in. You've totally been there, right? You ask the AI for something, you're feeling pretty good about it, and what you get back is, well, it's gibberish, or it's so generic it's completely useless. It's a universal frustration, that feeling that the machine just isn't getting what you're trying to say. But here's the thing, and this is the big aha moment. Most of the time, it's not the AI's fault. It's a communication gap. You know, the best way to think of an AI is like a brilliant intern who is extremely literal. It can do amazing work, but it needs crystal clear instructions. So our goal today is to learn how to give those instructions, to really learn how to speak its language. So how exactly do we bridge that gap? Well, we've put together a really simple but powerful framework with 5 essential keys. And these aren't just abstract ideas, they're practical tools you can use to solve the most common prompting problems you're ever going to face. Here they are, our 5 keys to success. We're going to walk through each one step by step so you can see exactly how they work in practice. Let's start with the absolute foundation. Key number 1, be specific. A vague prompt like write about cars is basically a lottery ticket. I mean, you might get something interesting or you could just get a really boring high school level essay. Specificity is all about giving the AI a clear roadmap. Define the context, who you're talking to, the format you want. So instead of just cars, you could try write a blog post comparing the battery efficiency of 2024 electric sedans for an audience of first-time EV buyers. See the difference there? Now that's a clear direction. Okay, key number 2 is where a lot of prompts just fall apart, and that is ensure consistency. Have you ever asked for a brief but comprehensive report? To a person, that makes perfect sense, but to an AI, that's a flat-out contradiction. It can be brief or it can be comprehensive. Asking for both just confuses the model and, you guessed it, leads to weak results. The key here is to make sure your instructions are working together, not fighting each other. Now for a really simple shift that makes a huge difference. Key 3 is to use positive instructions. It's so easy to list all the things you don't want, right? Don't use jargon, don't make it too long, don't sound like a robot, but all you're doing is putting fences around the AI. Instead, tell it what you do want. Write in clear, accessible language with a warm and engaging tone. Focusing on the positive gives the AI a clear target to aim for, and that's exactly what we want. Key 4 is a little more technical, but it is absolutely critical. Respect token limits. Think of tokens as the AI's building blocks for words. Every word, every piece of punctuation, it all costs tokens. Every model has a limit, and if your prompt or the response you're asking for goes over that limit, well, the response just gets cut off, mid-sentence. Just like what you're seeing on the screen. It literally runs out of gas, leaving you with an incomplete thought. And that leads us perfectly into our 5th and final key. Test and iterate. Your first prompt is almost never going to be your best one. Think of it as a first draft. See what the AI gives you back, and then start refining your request. Maybe add an example, or clarifying an instruction, or just tweak the tone a little bit. This process of refining and testing, that's what separates the casual users from the real power users. Okay, so we have our 5 keys, but what does it actually look like when you put them into practice in the real world? Let's put this playbook to the test. We're going to take 3 common tasks and watch them transform from these vague, useless requests into incredibly valuable assets. This is where the magic happens, folks. First up, a task that pretty much anyone in marketing or business knows all too well: crafting a simple social media post. Just look at the night and day difference here. On the left, you've got a prompt that's guaranteed to give you something boring and generic, but on the right, that's not just a prompt, that is a recipe for success. We've specified the platform as Instagram, we've given it rich context, we've defined the audience and the tone, and we've set super clear formatting rules. We're even asking for sensory details. This is how you get content that actually connects with people. All right, let's switch gears from creative stuff to something more analytical. Imagine you have a huge pile of customer feedback, and you need to find the important insights hidden in all that noise. The basic prompt, "What do customers think?" is just a bottomless pit. You're going to get a rambling, unfocused summary, but look at the improved version. This is a clear, analytical brief. It's asking for a specific data breakdown, a ranked list of good and bad points, and, most importantly, actionable recommendations. By demanding a structured report, you're telling the AI to act like an analyst and deliver real insights, not just a wall of text. And for our third and final transformation, let's get a little technical. This one's for anybody who uses AI to help them write or debug code. Write a function to sort a list is dangerously vague. I mean, what programming language? What kind of data is in the list? What about errors? The improved prompt on the right is basically a proper technical spec sheet. It defines the language, the data structure, and it lists these non-negotiable requirements like error handling and documentation. This is the difference between getting a useless code snippet and getting a production-ready tool that could save a developer hours of work. So, there you have it. 3 totally different tasks: creative, analytical, and technical. And all of them were dramatically improved just by applying the same core principles. Let's wrap all this up into a simple playbook you can start using the second this is over. Here it is, one last time, your new foundation. Be specific, be consistent, be positive, be mindful of those limits, and always, always be ready to iterate. Mastering these 5 keys is how you go from just using AI to actually collaborating with it. You see, the gap between a frustrating AI interaction and a groundbreaking one, it isn't magic. It's just communication. It's a well-crafted prompt, and you now have the keys to unlock all that potential. So the only question left is, what will you build with your next prompt?